Michael scored a 32 on the ACT and will be attending Louisiana Tech in the fall, where he plans to study civil engineering. Michael is founder of MVP Landscaping. Michael Vickers, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, everybody. Someone important to me once told me, if you do what you love, you'll never have to work a day in your life. Whenever I heard that for the first time, I really took it to heart and tried to implement it into every aspect of my life. Landscaping is something that I've always loved. Ever since I've learned how to do it, I really enjoyed taking care of people and making them drive by their house and really feel proud of what they own and what they have. The main problem with landscaping these days is the large companies that dominate the industry. The majority of landscaping companies have several trucks, many employees, and lots of equipment that they need to pay and supply for. There's just too much overhead. Because of this, the main goal of these companies is to reach as many houses in one day and to be as quick and efficient as possible, trying to roll through their jobs in order to make up for that overhead. My solution would be a reduced timetable, which will improve quality. This means that I will have less yards to cut every single week, which will allow me to take my time and focus on those close details that every customer expects. This is one of the before and afters from one of my jobs this summer. There's a huge market opportunity in the area I'll be working with, which will be Dutchtown, Louisiana, where I'm from, with more than 1,600 neighborhood homes. My main strategy would be to target the multitude of large neighborhoods around my area and take advantage of the word of mouth between neighbors to make travel between my jobs more efficient. My main marketing strategies will obviously be word of mouth, but I will also be utilizing my business cards, social media, and a large sign that I'll put in front of every job that I work to take advantage of the passerby. I have 4 main services offered: basic cuts, weed removal, mulching, and winter cleanups. And the price of all of these varies based on the size of the yard and the specific work that the client wants done. Even Jeff Lejeune, the CEO of one of the largest landscaping companies in the area, had great things to say about my punctuality and hard work. Judges, today I'm asking for $5,000 to go toward an enclosed box trailer, which will allow me to take better care of my equipment and protect it from the weather, a string edger for more cleaner cuts on the sidewalks, and the large marketing sign mentioned previously. With your help, let me be the MVP of your yard. Thank you.
Michael, I think there are endless amounts of yards right now that need cutting. What is your current capacity while in high school, and what's your plan when you go to Tech?
That's a great question. So right now, I actually got most of my credits done in my junior year, so I get out at 11 a.m. every day from school. So currently, I would probably be able to do around 4 or 5 yards per day. But once I go to Tech, I'll actually be recruiting my little brother and my dad, who've taught me everything that I know, to kind of take over whenever I'm there, and then whenever I come back for breaks, and especially during the summer, we will kind of join forces for that trio and get even more done.
So I like your pitch, and from an entrepreneurial perspective, I would encourage you to always look for other opportunities to increase revenue, like other revenue streams. Have you ever thought about collecting the grass clippings and doing compost or mulch with them?
I actually have tried that. I had an empty lot in my neighborhood that a client wanted me to cut to get it ready to be sold, and it was a ton of grass. It took a while. Thank you to my dad for helping me out with that. But I had probably about 70 big gallon bags of clippings, and I put it on Facebook, and I was like, hey, if anybody wants some grass clippings for their animals, pets, that type of thing, come get them. And I didn't get a comment or a response. So I've normally just been kind of tearing the bags open and just kind of dumping them in the woods to just kind of decompose, but I don't know. I haven't really gotten that much interest from that, and yeah.
It might be something to think about, to just go down that rabbit hole and see what it takes to actually complete the process yourself, and then go back to the Louisiana nurseries and these types of local companies and sell that as another revenue stream.
Yes, sir. That's a good idea. Thank you.
You know, go So from somebody who is in a very seasonal business, what is it that you plan to do to generate the revenue in the off-season so that you don't have peaks and valleys in your revenue stream?
So in the off season, I'll definitely be relying a lot on the winter cleanups, which is one of my services. Basically, in yards with lots of leaves or weeds, that type of thing, I will go in, either rake or blow all of the leaves, pick through all the weeds, and just make sure everything's looking nice. Because a lot of times in the winter, your yard kind of takes a dip because of the grass is dead, there's not a lot of leaves. But I've driven by houses with tons of leaves, and just picking those up and gathering everything, making everything look good, I feel like that could be in a very high demand. That's what I'll be using during the off season.
Thank you.
I was going to ask actually that question in the off season, but the other second question I had was, what are you studying at La Tech? I forget.
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering. How do you anticipate using that in doing this business, or do you anticipate giving this business and letting your brother and dad kind of take over?
Yeah, so I definitely, for the first part, I kind of want to tackle it on my own and see how much I can take in. But I definitely, with this civil engineering, obviously with a lot of internships and stuff, with the commercial properties that I would be interning for, working on, I would kind of like stake my landscaping, like kind of mark my territory on that, and like whenever they get built and they have landscaping and stuff, I would be the one to take care of it, so I could kind of work with that commercial company and also be their landscaper too.
And a follow-up on that was, the different types of bushes and trees and grass and all these flowers. I mean, I don't know the difference between Bermuda and Jamaica, whatever, but there's a bunch of it. Have you learned a little bit of what works, what doesn't, and climate?
Yes, sir. So actually, right now, I'm working for Mr. Jeff Lejeune for Green Up. I'm on a grass truck, and I'm working on irrigation, what type of leaves you need to cut back, which ones to avoid, which ones to target, and getting a lot of experience with that. So I will definitely be taking that into kind of my own business.
Awesome.
Thank y'all.
You said Jamaican grass. Jamaican grass and lawnmowers are not in the same context, my brother.